Inside the elevator she pressed the button for the master's level, eyes acutely attuned to that smudge. She ran a thumb over it, but that only seemed to make it worse. As the numbers over the door climbed, she felt her pulse quicken. She hoped Jacob Vanderveer would be in a good mood today. If he was, he'd ignore her. When he wasn't, well, hell hath no fury. The only thing worse was the elder Vanderveer, Franklin, his father. She shivered at the memory of Jacob cursing her out over a forgotten steak knife. She was still trying to figure out what she would do if he brought up the smudge when the elevator dinged and the door slid open. There were 2 suites. He and his fiancé never shared a room, something about each one liking their space. Adela never understood that. If you were in love, why wouldn't you want to spend all your time with that person? Of course, at only 21, Adela had never been in love. Maybe she was missing something. She wheeled the cart to Jacob's suite and rapped softly on the door. Nothing. She knocked again, louder. "Mr. Vanderveer?" Still nothing. If he wasn't in there, he might already be on deck. He was athletic. Sometimes, on the few occasions that he didn't have a champagne hangover, he went on a run around the perimeter of the yacht. She listened, but couldn't hear his footfalls anywhere outside. All she heard was the squawk of a nearby seagull. She'd caught a break. Heaving a sigh of relief, she pushed open the door and went inside. The first time she'd seen the suite, she'd thought that it was one of the most beautiful rooms she'd ever seen, with its cloud-white furniture and vast marble floors with lush, cloud-like carpeting. It was a dream. Looking at it now, she just shook her head. There was trash everywhere. The room stank of cigarette smoke and the remains of the room service that had been left on the cart in the middle of the room. Adela wondered what made them live like this. Was it the money, or the knowledge that everything would be taken care of by a maid? She couldn't imagine ever being this careless with such beautiful things. Swallowing her disgust, she wheeled the cart through the double doors and spoke again, just to be sure. "Mr. Vanderveer?" Again nothing. Her orders, when he was out, were to leave the tray and straighten up. She lifted the tray and went to place it on the table in the foyer when she looked in the mirror and realized that there was a form lying in the enormous king bed. She blinked and whirled. "Oh, Mr. She stopped when she realized that he must be asleep. She could barely see him over the mountain of snow-white comforters and sheets, but he hadn't stirred at all. Adela contemplated what to do. She was about to tiptoe out, so as not to disturb him, when something made her pause. His hand was visible, curled slightly, almost into a fist. One thing about Jacob Vanderveer was that at barely 35 years old and heir to a $1 billion fortune, he was considered one of the world's most eligible bachelors. Handsome and virile, he was always on the cover of magazines with his tanned, toned body on display. But there was something unnaturally wrong about his hand. It looked bluish in colour, lifeless. So she moved forward until she saw his face. His skin was unnaturally pale, definitely blue. But it was his eyes that were the most alarming thing. They were open, pupils rolled back. His mouth was open in a silent scream. Her mouth fell open, and a high-pitched sound erupted from her mouth, perhaps the noise that the body in front of her was trying to make. "Dead! He's dead!" After that, her mind went blank. She backed out of the room, tripping over the edge of the bed in her haste. Before she knew it, she was on the ground, flat on her back. She'd managed to break her fall with her elbows, but the pain shot through her arms now like an electrical pulse. She lay there for a second, unsure what had happened, then turned over and got up onto her hands and knees. Then, as fast as she could, she ran to the upper deck to find the captain.